Hey everybody, welcome back to my Shoebox Adventures. Steve here. You're probably wondering where I am. I'm kind of wondering the same thing. I'm out here in the desert, out in the middle of nowhere, looking for a campground called Margie's Cove Campground. It's a BLM campground. I'm in the Maricopa Wilderness area. Never been here before. Off Highway 85 between Buckeye and Gila Bend. And anyway, this is not what I expected. The road's a little bit more challenging than I thought. Let me show you what I'm looking at. I pulled over here. I came in this way, just kind of wandering along, you know, and I've got a 4x and I've got the Boondock Edition, but we all know that New Camp didn't build an overlanding trailer. So I got out because I couldn't tell how much drop-off there was on this road here. I think I'm going in the right direction, but I believe the campground I'm looking for is on the other side of these mountains here. So I've got to eventually turn east, which would be a right turn up here. And I'm hoping the road doesn't deteriorate a whole lot more than it already has. So let me jump back in the Red Dragon and pull that shoebox and see if we're going to make it. Come along with me. This should be fun. It'll at the very least be interesting. All right, wow, did you hear that boom? Bottomed out. Really pushing the tab to the limit here. Let's take a peek. I had to jump out. I was worried that I hit my plumbing. You know, that would be bad, but let me show you what banged. So I hit this right here. You see all this dirt here? That hit and this hit. You can see dirt down in there, so I don't want to lose this. That's plastic. Got lucky, all right? I was worried, you know, let me jump over here. This is what my biggest fear is, that I'll take my plumbing out, that I'll take this out. That would be bad, and I've seen that happen to people. That would be really bad. Luckily, my tanks are empty, but that's not the point. But look, after going through all that, I think I'm on the right track. I found this. Sonoran Desert National Monument. So that's good. And here's the road. I'm going to proceed up this way. Let's look at the storyboard. Oh, here's a map. All right, so I believe I'm here in the South Maricopa Mountains. Well, I don't know. 85 is here. No, maybe I'm in the North Maricopa. Got to be the North Maricopa Mountain Wilderness. See, I don't even know where I am. That's a bad sign when you're trying to get rescued. Where are you? I'm not sure. Apparently I've got at least 5 miles to go. We're going to go back in here. So let's do it. Come on, let's find out what I've gotten myself into. Well, this is a never-ending trail. Look how beautiful it is, though. Look at what I'm looking at here. I'm driving into this beautiful area. Didn't even know it existed. This North Maricopa Wilderness area. And this is quite exciting stuff. Let me show you what the road has been challenging, to say the least. The camera never does it justice. It never looks very scary. Wow. Here we are. I finally found it. I thought I took a wrong turn. That took forever. Let me show you where I am and what I'm looking at right now. I'm just entering the campground. And this is Margie's Cove Trail, West Trailhead and Campground. This is quite remote. Now I see there's a truck camper over here, so I'm not alone. I'm not the only one that came all the way out here. And we'll get up in the air and get a bird's eye view of what I'm looking at. But you can see they've got a pit toilet. I can see that from here. Let's travel the last couple hundred yards. Red Dragon did good. My shoebox, Boondock Edition, did good. I bottomed out again a couple times. Some of those washes were real deep. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me. This will be fun. Let's see what what I've come upon here. I'm set up. I've got everything squared away. The sun's going down, and I thought I'd show you this campground, which is very hard to get to. Let me give you a little tour. All right, and you know, it's typical BLM rules. It's not too bad. So this is open to hiking, and if you happen to bring your horse, equestrians, right? I don't know, can you guys see this? But there's no bicycles, no motorcycles. I have one neighbor. I met Chris over here. He's got this wonderful camper on the back of his Toyota truck. He's just spent a few months down in Baja, California, and he just arrived about 30 minutes before I did. So that had to be disappointing. He thought he had the place all to himself when I come along. But a nice guy, yeah. I'll be talking to him some more, I'm sure. I've got the Starlink up. There's absolutely no cell service at all. I lost cell service at least 3 miles back, and so there's nothing. Without Starlink, I am out of touch. Thank you, Elon. Working like a charm, so I can text my son and let him know I didn't fall off the face of the earth. I had to nail my carpet down because there are wind gusts. It's been windy, blowing things around. I've got my door closed because, again, every time I leave it open, the wind closes it for me, so we'll leave it like that. My campsite's got a fire ring. There's some wood left in there. I've got a picnic table. There's only about 4 campsites here that are situated like this. But you can just go ahead, it's because it's BLM, you can just go camp. I mean, there's no tables or fire rings across the road over there, but there's evidence that people camp there. So there you go. I've got to button up the hatches here, get that squared away, maybe figure out something to eat. I popped my my frosty beer. It was 92 when I got here. It's really the end of the desert camping season. It's mid-April. All right, guys, there's my camp. I'm going to relax a little and get settled in a little bit more. Figure out if I'm going to eat. I think I should eat something, and probably turn in early. And I'll see you guys. Let me put sun on my smiling face. I'll see you guys in the morning, all right? All right, take care. Okay, everyone, I'm feeling the need for exercise, so I'm going to take a hike. I thought I'd come out here and check it out. So I've got the proper headgear on. It's a nice sunny day. It's windy and cool today. It's funny. 2 days ago it was 92 degrees. Now it's in the 60s. But yeah, I've got proper footwear. I've got water. I've got a snack. So let's hike. Just scared a lizard there. I've got to watch for snakes. It's snake season. I was thinking about climbing that mountain right there. Yeah. I'll keep thinking about that. All right, here we go. All right, guys, I've come across, what have we got behind me here? Some kind of evidence of ranching, perhaps? Let's take a look. Maybe this used to be some kind of a windmill, and it used to sit up right here. Yeah, it was probably pumping water. Probably. I'm just guessing. A hole to the center of the earth. Yeah, I'm guessing that was sitting right on here, and we were pumping water and filling this tank back in the day. It's amazing how, God, that's a heavy caliber gun that they were shooting. This is fairly substantial, but they just can't resist. You've got to just fire $30 worth of ammo through this barrel here and ruin it. Okay. I guess we weren't using it anymore anyway. But interesting, huh? Some structures, some wood. We had some fencing over here. Probably had some livestock of some kind. Be fun to go back in time to this exact spot. You know, whatever, 50 years ago. See what's going on. Because this is pretty old. And look at this lumber. A lot of wood here. We've got to watch for snakes. I got to remember not to dash forward. Don't know what we had here. Maybe some water, but I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. Lots of nails sticking up out of the wood, so we're going to stay out of here. Evidence of times gone by. Some kind of endeavor here. Probably before this was designated a wilderness area. All right. A curious find. Let's keep going. See what else we can find here. Give you a look at where I'm headed. I'm going to head off in this direction. It's amazing how much vegetation there is out here. It's been such a 12-month drought we've had, but everything's still green to a certain extent. I can only imagine what this would look like after a heavy monsoon season or a heavy winter. We're coming into spring now. We didn't have a winter as far as rain goes. Okay, been walking for a while. Just stopped to take a breather. I really like the landscape out here. It's so beautiful. And I like the way this gives the illusion that, you know, I'm a million miles from nowhere. Let me share my view with you. It's all about the views. And they're pretty spectacular out here. You can see I've gained a little bit of altitude, not a lot. That's looking back at the campground where I came from. It's about 10:30 in the morning, so the lighting's not perfect for photography, but it'll do. Here is that mountain that was off in the distance a while ago. And we're coming up on a wash, a big wash. I see, what do I see here? Signs of the old days. What do we got? Looks like an oil filter. What a funny place for an old, rusted out oil filter to be laying on the ground. Yeah, in times gone by, there had to be some kind of ranching operation, something going on here. It would be interesting. It would be really interesting to be here during a heavy rain or right after a heavy rain. I'd like to see this really flowing. That would be kind of exciting, because when it rains hard, especially monsoon time, all the water that hits these mountains all funnels down into something like this and goes off in this direction. We had to cross a lot of these washes coming into the campground, and this is the reason I say you need four-wheel drive. These deep, sandy washes, you'll get stuck. If you don't have four-wheel drive, you'll get stuck. Just an important safety tip. I know a lot of you are going to want to come out here and check this out. We're not far from Metro Phoenix. We're not far from millions of people. Interesting piles of rocks. I should climb that, We'll see. There's no fires allowed out here, but there sure is a lot of wood. And then look at this. Obviously the work of aliens. Some of those rocks are really heavy. Rock stacking. Alien rock stacking. All right, let me see what else I can find for us. Interesting rock formations here. These always look from a distance like it'll be easy to climb the mountain. Then you get up on it, and we're talking rock climbing here. I did bring a pair of gloves, but I don't know. That looks a little bit, that's a younger man's game right there. I'll follow the ridge here. We're just above another little wash. I kind of wanted to get some altitude, but I'm out here all by myself and there's no cell service, so not really in the mood to take some risks. This looks a little bit easier for a minute and then it gets ugly again. Just don't know how much physically I can do. I've already, I've had hip problems, knee problems. My hips are hurting, my left hip especially right now, reminding me that I'm not a young man anymore. All right. Got some more interesting saguaro cactus here. Well, this looks more like my speed over on this side. Usually there's a way to attack it if you can find it. Usually. Hey, what do we got? Bees? All right, I thought you guys were going extinct. Please leave me alone. I love bees, just not on me. This guy loves me. I didn't wear any perfume. All right, let's see if I can gain some altitude here. Look at this fine specimen. Saguaro. Lots of saguaros. Just wide open spaces. Hike for miles. If I had the energy, I could go 10 miles in that direction and turn around and go 10 miles back. Not going to happen. I'm gonna stow this and gain some altitude. I'll be back. Well, never say never, huh? Look at this. Camping in the middle of nowhere. So I got to the top of that, what I like to call a giant mountain, which is more like a mound, I guess. Came around the backside, avoided all those jagged, sharp rocks we saw a little bit ago. But one thing about climbing a mountain, once you climb one mountain, I could keep on going, drop into that saddle there, and go up to the top of that. Let me show you where we came from, though. There's the wash, the big wash. And if you can make out, hopefully, I don't know if my finger's in the right spot here. There's our trail. It looks like a little dirt road. It crosses the wash right there. There are those piles of rocks down there. Am I somewhere near where the... I can't see the screen. My eyes are too bad. And then it takes off in this direction. And it'll go all the way, I believe, through that pass over there. It joins up with two other trails. This is a huge, immense area, wilderness area again. No vehicles of any kind, horses and human foot traffic, that's it. So exploring back here is fabulous, and I believe you can camp back here if you're willing to pack it all in. If you're a backpack camper, I think you can come in here and camp. You just can't have a campfire. No campfires, no bueno. All right, let me keep going. I just wanted to show you. The old man made it. More difficult than Mount Everest, I'm sure. Might be a slight exaggeration. All right, guys, let me see if I've got any energy to go up even higher. I'd launch a drone, but it's way too windy up here. I'd never see that drone again. All right, where's the sun? I'll be back. So I've got some, this is a version of teddy bear cactus. I just walked right past. Yeah, you got to avoid these bad boys. They call them jumping cactus sometimes because if you get too close, it'll get you. And these are really a pain. You don't want to bump into a cactus out in the middle of nowhere. Important safety tip number 2. Okay, just wanted to show you. I'm getting closer. There's a lot of loose rock here. This is, it gets a little bit tricky. I'm trying to move slow because with the loose rock, you step on a piece of ground you think is solid, and then it falls away beneath your feet. Last thing I want to do is fall down when I've got this slope below me here. Not to mention some plants that might be a little prickly. So that's what we got going on. This is mostly granite. It's interesting how it's, a lot of sparklies. I don't know if the camera's going to pick up the sparklies. There's your typical Sierra type granite, white and black with sparklies, and then there's all this kind that's flat and flaky. Interesting stuff. Look at that. It's like sheets of paper practically, or cardboard, but it's not. Barrel cactus right there. Let's have a barrel of fun. Don't want to fall on that. All right, I've got wanted to show you there's obviously no trail here. We're just picking our way. Just a picking and a grinning all the way to the top. All right. Oh boy. Look who's at the top of the world. Yes. Let me swing it around. I guess there's nowhere to actually, the sun's straight overhead, so there's no good angle now. But behind me here, right about there, that's where I came from. We'll get that squared away in a minute. I have vertigo. So climbing to high places for a guy like me might be considered bad judgment, but I couldn't resist. And of course, when I was a young man, this wouldn't have scared me at all. But look at my view up here. You can see that I'm at the top of a really big pile of rocks. I was going to sit down and relax and have a snack. But look at these rocks. Those would really not feel good on my hiney. I don't see any flat, smooth rocks that are in a good spot to sit on, so I'm going to have to move down the mountain a little bit just to relax, have some water, and an energy bar. But look at that, everyone. the view up here is just unbelievable. A little bit windy, which adds to my paranoia and fear of heights. And right back, let me see if I can find in the distance. You know, I can never see my screen very well, so I hope, let's see, there's my campsite. Halfway around the world. Yeah, thanks for coming along on this hike, you guys. Nature is something, isn't it? Yeah, so this is why I advocate for this. This is not that far from metropolitan Phoenix, but I could tell you I was a million miles from nowhere, and there's nothing in this picture to prove me wrong. All right, I'm going to drop down a little bit lower. Now that I've conquered this mountain, I should say, and I've got to have that energy bar and consume some water. And I think I've been gone for over an hour now, so it'll take me a while to get back. I don't think I'm going to venture further off. The trail continues in this direction here, and as much as I'd like to keep going and see that, I really have to eventually get packed up and get out of here, because I've got somewhere to be in 2 days. So I've got to go get supplies. I'm going to change things up a little bit for the next destination. It'll be a surprise. I'm not going to tell you. You'll have to just wait and see. All right, guys, I'm going to sit down and relax. Okay, I found a rock that's hiney friendly. And here's my energy bar for the day. What have I got? Can you see that? Bearded Brothers. Yeah, Bodacious Blueberry Vanilla Food Bar. We're hoping this is good. Made with 5 organic ingredients and sea salt, because sea salt's not organic. Obviously, if they pulled it out of the sea where we've been dumping all our toxic waste for the last 150 years, it might be a little dirty, but I think I'll live. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they organicked the sea salt somehow. But look at my view. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I got some nice ice water here. Going down is going to be a lot harder than it was coming up because of those loose rocks. It's always harder going down. Unless I could figure out a way to go down backwards, but I can't, so we'll see how this goes. They're really healthy food bars, if in fact this is what I've got here. They never taste like a candy bar. Maybe I've had this too long. This doesn't taste good at all. I don't think it's the fault of Bearded Brothers. All right. No energy bar for me. I don't like this. We're going to put this in my pocket. I'm going to drink some water. Take one last look, you guys. One last look. Of this spectacular wilderness area, and this is Maricopa Wilderness, so I got to assume we're in Maricopa County, right? Look how vast that is. Yeah, I'm definitely coming back here again next year. My dance card in the winter is going to be pretty darn full. I always think I'm going to spend most of the time, you know, hanging out around Quartzsite and relaxing and saving on fuel. There's just too much to see. I'm sure eventually I'll be content to not move around, but that's not me, not yet. All right, I'm going to drink some water, see if I can get up off this rock. And I'm not going to film on the way down. It's going to be hard enough walking without concentrating on this. So, see you at the bottom, guys. Oh well, I don't have far to go now. This is it. Feet, don't fail me now. Okay. guy. What are you doing? I don't know if you folks can see it, but I've got a rabbit here, a big one too. Hi, big bunny. It is Easter time. All right, there he goes. Can you see my rabbit? Shh, I'm hunting rabbits. All right, I'm going to leave you alone, little bunny. See you later. All right, wow. Bit off a little bit more than I could chew there, but I'm back on solid ground. As you can see, I'm back on the trail. Going down was way harder than going up, especially since I didn't go back the same way. I should have tried to retrace my steps. Lessons learned. Never stop learning. That was exciting. But yeah, I had to glove up and grab onto rocks. That was interesting. But we made it down and we're good to go. Just wanted to let you know. Look at that. Yeah, I'm crossing the big wash again. Here we go. So I should, unless I run into a diamondback or something on the way home that gives me trouble, just staying on here. It's funny, I don't know, you guys that are hikers and climbers, do you always get stuff in your boots? I mean, I don't like the low boots. You know, let's talk boots. So these are the mid boots. You know, these are Merrells. I love Merrell. They fit good. The soles really grab. But no matter what, I've got the low ones. Those always get things in the shoe. So I got these mid ones. Yeah, they get stuff in the shoe. I think I need a boot that I can lace all the way up to my knee, because I need to sit down and take my boot off. Because there's stuff in there. How does that happen? I don't know. I was just asking that question. All right, let me keep walking here. I'll get back to you. Got to have some lunch. That energy bar, something was wrong with that. Well, okay, everyone, I made it back. Thank goodness. I just wanted to show you. This is what the trailhead looks like. Here's the trailhead from the other side. I'm returning from my hike, so there's the campground. And this parking lot in the foreground is for day use. You could just come on in here. You could, conceivably, you could bring your horses in here and you could take off on this hike. I just did a tiny portion of it and I'm exhausted. But that's what it looks like. A whole lot of recreation right here. And you can have it pretty much all to yourself. Partially because the road is a little bit tricky getting in here. Now I've got to have some lunch. My energy bar failure. I'm hungry. Oh, golly. Okay, so I'm going to whip something up. Thanks for going on that hike with me. And I'll be eating and packing up. I'll get back to you before we're done. But we're almost there. Well, okay, everybody. I guess that about wraps it up for Margie's Cove Campground and Margie's Cove Trail West. I hope you've enjoyed this hidden gem hiding here in this Maricopa Wilderness area. Yeah, hidden gem. I didn't know this was here. Lots going on. Another place I'm going to have to hit next winter. But I'm all packed up. I got to get going. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. And stay tuned for more shoebox adventures. I should be camping at Lake Pleasant for about 3 nights, and just a little bit, and then after that I'm hoping to head for Flagstaff and beyond. These are all tentative plans, of course, but stay tuned. That gives you an idea of what's coming up. All right, guys, again, thanks for watching. Get outside, get your vitamin D, and we'll give you a view of the red dragon in the shoebox. Get outside, get your vitamin D, and I'll see you on the next My Shoebox Adventures. God bless you guys. Thanks again. Bye-bye now.